What's up, everybody? You are very welcome along to Thursday night's late night agenda, which will also double as our Watford preview stream. I hope you're all keeping well. Thank you so much for joining. I can see we've got some people in the chat already, which is perfect. Love that. Loads of news to get through tonight, ladies and gentlemen. As we speak, as we're going live now, the Europa League games are still in action. United look like they're sailing through. Celtic look like they're going out, but, you know, things can change quickly. How are we all doing tonight, by the way? I hope we're all doing well. John's in the house, ex-coaster's in the house, Patrick's in the house. How are we? Everybody's starting to come in now. Great to see you all with us, ladies and gents. Loads of stuff to get through. It's all going tits up for Celtic by the looks of things, but hey, we concentrate on Champions League stuff. We concentrate on the Reds going and winning the Premier League. I know you guys have one eye on the Europa League games as well, so feel free to keep me up to date with what's going on, but I'm going to keep my focus solely on you guys, ladies and gentlemen. How are we? I'll go through my team selection, my prediction for the Watford game as well. We'll talk about the Mohamed Salah stuff. We'll talk about the Timo Werner stuff. There is loads of stuff for us to get through, ladies and gentlemen. Celtic 4-2 down now, said Cormac Slattery. They're after conceding two really late goals after an Edouard penalty that had levelled it up for them. Madness. How are we all feeling, by the way, ladies and gents? 3-1, I know it's mad, isn't it? Never would have seen that scoreline coming, never. Arsenal gone full on Arsenal as well as things stand. 1-0 down at home to Olympiacos, which I believe will put that game into extra time as well. Right, what do we want to start with tonight, ladies and gentlemen? It is your show, as I always say. You let me know the things that you want to talk about, and I'll do my best to waffle my way through them. As you can see, by the way, we are really, really close. If you're following us on Hot Mic, by the way, we're getting towards that 1,000 mark. I think we're at 905 followers on Hot Mic now, ladies and gentlemen, and as promised, when we get 1,000 followers on there, we will of course give away a €50 Amazon gift card to one of the followers over there. If you haven't followed us yet on Hot Mic, please go over there and do it. The end of the month is coming up soon. We'd set ourselves a target of trying to get 1,000 followers. I'd love to do it inside our first month. So there is a link in the description. If you don't know what Hot Mic is, just holler at me later on and I'll explain it to you. But it's a cool app. Free app. Download it. Put the code Anfield Agenda in as shown on screen and boom, we'll go forward. Right, what do we want to talk about? Werner, no problem, ladies and gentlemen. I know you guys are very patient with me, so let me get straight to Timo Werner then, and we'll go through all the Timo Werner news that I have today. So, look, I'm still very, very, very confident Timo Werner will be a Liverpool player come the summer. But interest in the player seems to be ramping up. Now, there's a couple of ways we can read this, ladies and gentlemen. Is it perhaps his agent putting stuff out there, maybe trying to push Liverpool through? We've seen links today to Manchester United. I'm sure you guys have seen them as well. Although Leipzig themselves had a little bit of fun on Twitter with that one, I believe, and poked a little bit of fun at a Manchester United fan who was saying welcome to Manchester United or something along those lines to Timo Werner. Look, I'm very confident he's going to be a Liverpool player. But there is interest in the player. There's no doubt about that one. Barcelona are also reportedly interested and have made an approach to Leipzig. But the player is waiting to see if Liverpool follow through on their initial interest. Now, it's no secret that Timo Werner liked Jurgen Klopp. It's no secret that he's very fond of Liverpool. He's spoken really highly about us on numerous occasions. But this evening, just as I was getting ready to come on, more news started to come out that apparently Inter Milan could be a little bit interested in Timo Werner if they lose Lautaro Martinez at the end of the season. So again, one to keep an eye on there. My gut instinct on this one, ladies and gentlemen, is that it's a done deal. My gut instinct is that Liverpool are going to sign Timo Werner and that all this is just smoke and mirrors, and that behind the scenes Michael Edwards and Liverpool Football Club are working on a deal to bring him to Liverpool. That's just my take on it. As always, please don't take anything I say as gospel. I'm just a fan like you guys who just looks through the media stuff and tries to pick out the stuff I believe is true and the stuff I believe is nonsense. So again, this is just my take on Timo Werner. I think he'll be a Liverpool player. I think all this is just conjecture and nonsense. The Arsenal game, by the way, looks like that's just about to go into extra time. Lens-based media said Inter Milan will only sign Werner when he's 35 and due for retirement. That does seem to be the go-to for Inter Milan, or on a free contract. We also see a load of them in Italy as well. Kieran said, hi Craig, on Saturday afternoon score Watford versus Liverpool. Again, buddy, I will go through that in a few minutes. As I mentioned at the start of the stream, I will go through it. I do have my team prediction, my score prediction, all that ready to go as well. We'll get to the Madrid stuff as well. Keane, you guys are very impatient with me today. Very impatient, ladies and gentlemen. As I said, we want to get through the Werner stuff. I want to get your take on it. I'm sure you guys have been looking through social media. I'm sure you've been reading articles as well. For you, Timo Werner, what are we thinking? What's the likelihood we'll sign Werner? I would say, Casper, I would say very, very likely, mate. Very likely. Nice shirt, bro, said Keegan. Thank you. Thank you. It's a LAFC shirt that I bought ages ago. Salah won't leave. We'll get to that in a couple of minutes, as I promised. Don't worry. 58 million's an absolute bargain, said Radio Keane, with regards to Werner. I still wonder. I'm still a little bit humming and hawing, mate, as to whether that release clause is a little bit lower than we believe. I mean, if you remember in the summer I spoke about it and I was saying that I'd heard that the release clause was as low as €30 million for that contract. Dave Sweeney reckons the Timo Werner's 99% done. Give me that sweet Werner, said Bill Shaw. I love it, mate. Well in. Give me that sweet Werner. Sorry, I'm just going to turn off my TV here because it's behind me in the background and it's distracting me. And I don't like being distracted because I'm like a magpie. If I see something shiny, my eyes just go all over the place. Are Celtic winning? No, they're out. They lost, mate. Gone. Bye-bye. Rangers carrying the flag for Scotland in the Europa League. Jamie Lanigan said, I hope we sign Werner. I have 200 shares in him. Oh, are you talking about on whatchamacallit? Football Index. Nice. Well in. Celtic losing to Joanne. NGA is in as well. How are you, mate? Welcome. Radio Keane said, if we got Werner, what would Firmino do? Nothing. See, this is what people need to just calm down a little bit about. As Jamie Carragher himself said, Liverpool gone out there looking to sign the likes of Timo Werner isn't to replace anybody. It's to add to what we already had. Because I think we can all agree, we love Divock. Ryan Brewster is a really good potential forward down the line. But we are lacking a little bit of support, a little bit of backup. Now, I do know, of course, we signed Takumi Minamino, and that can't be underestimated either, what an impact he'll have at the club. But when somebody like Timo Werner is available, somebody who fits the ethos of what Jurgen Klopp wants from a forward, he can do the Bobby Firmino role, absolutely. But not as a replacement for Bobby Firmino. We need to rotate, we need to give these guys a bit more of a rest. Every time this season that I've been putting together a starting 11 and trying to predict an 11 for the games, it's really difficult because when I'm looking, like, you automatically go to your starting 11 and every single week I'm picking the same front three. We need to have more options than that. We need to comfortably be able to say, alright, let's give Sadio a rest, bring Timo in. Let's give Salah a rest, bring Timo in. Let's give Firmino a rest, bring Timo in, or bring Takumi in. And these are the options that we need to have. These are the options that a football club at the elite level that Liverpool are currently at should have in our ranks. As much as we all love Divock, and I'm one of his biggest fans, I think there's still more to come from him. There is a massive drop off right now from the current front three to the next level below. I don't think anybody would dispute that. Well, I hope not many of you would dispute that. Super Mario Maker 2 said good evening from a freezing wet Liverpool. Yeah, it's pretty damn cold here as well, mate. I'm not going to lie, the heating's blasting in my house. Glad you've got the mic, Craig. We're not getting rid of the team to bring players in. Exactly. We're not breaking up the team, mate. No. And I will get to the whole stuff about Mohamed Salah very soon because I know a lot of you guys are wondering about that as well. The African Cup of Nations means that we have to have cover every year, so Bernadette Farrell as well. Yeah, look, I would never say that we're going to sign a player because we're going to have a couple of players away for 4 to 6 weeks, but it is if we sign them, it's certainly going to help us with regards to that period where the AFCON is on. The fact that they've moved that back to the winter is ridiculous. It really fucking annoys me. And look, I'm sure that annoys all of you guys as well. Hello from a snowy Canada, said Markov. How are you, buddy? Welcome. Look, ladies and gentlemen, you know I like to ask you a favour every now and again. This hot mic thing, I know you hear me banging on about it all the time, but if we can get to that 1,000 subscribers by the end of the month, it will be massive for us. So make sure, if you haven't done so yet, please download that app. Use the link in the description. Put in the code Anfield Agenda. And we hopefully see you on Saturday there for the watch-along of the Reds game against Watford. We're going to be covering it on both platforms. But the more of you guys that we can get to try out the Hot Mic app, the better on our end. How's my day going? It's really good, thank you, mate. It's been quite a chill day, which is rare for me. What else do you think we need? Said is a Boyley. Excuse me if I've mispronounced that one. The left back situation is one that I think we need to address. But then again, it's really hard to say that when we've got the likes of Adam Lewis and Larouci there. But then again, are they ready? Are they ready to make that leap forward? And I know that you might say to me, James Milner can play at left back, and I agree. But he doesn't want to play at left back, and I don't think he is as effective as left back as somebody who naturally plays in that position. So for me, I'd like to see us dip our toes in the market for a left back, and then I suppose it's around players who are potentially leaving, whether that be a centre back or the goalkeeping situation. Actually, is one that I want to talk about a little bit later on. So please do remind me. Dave Sweeney said, hot mic, go try it. Yes, because the feedback that we've had from anyone that's used it, and look, this is a living, breathing thing that is growing all the time, and the tech in it is being updated all the time as well. But I'm telling you, some of the innovations that Hot Mic are working on, you guys, you'll be baffled. You'll love it. I'm telling you. Go over, download that app. Lewis has a back. It's Adam Lewis, mate, not Jamal. Adam Lewis. Or are you talking about going and signing somebody else, Harvey? Sorry, maybe I'm just misinterpreting what you're saying, buddy. Sancho to Liverpool will be good, said Radio Keane. Yeah, I'm not confident on that at all, mate. Gut feeling, of course, not based on anything other than just, reading between the lines and stuff like that. The gut feeling on Sancho for me isn't that good, if I'm being honest about it. But then again, it could depend on possible outgoings or something like that. Craig, for us dinosaurs, what is Hot Mic? Right, no problem, mate. So Hot Mic is a brand new app that has been launched and allows you to sync up. You know the way we do watch-alongs? So we do watch-alongs of all the game, and I give you play-by-play action about what's going on. Hot Mic allows you to sync up my commentary direct to your television. So there's a little button on it called the sync button that you press. It listens to your TV, and it picks up what point in the game or in the broadcast you're at, and it adjusts my commentary and the live chat to be in sync with your television. So there's no delays, there's no spoilers, there's none of that stuff. It connects to the soundbar on your television, it connects to the wireless speakers in your house, or you can play our commentary through your phone or through your tablet or whatever, and then just have your TV on mute in the background. It is something that I think is going to change how we all listen to sport, particularly if you're like me and you don't like listening to the boring, dull, monotonous commentary on television. And look, there are some great commentators, don't get me wrong, but fan content is why you guys come here. Fan content is why you watch Mark Goldbridge. Fan content is why you watch Redmen TV, ourselves, the Anfield Rap, whoever it might be. And these guys are slowly starting to come across onto Hot Mic now as well. The Anfield Rap are on there. Redmen are on there, although I don't think they're broadcasting on it at the minute. I think they're working towards maybe next season from what I can gather. There's loads of new people going on there as well. And with Hot Mic, what you also get is you get your live function, live chat like you have here on the screen right now. There's a function on there to share to social media, and they're working on some cool innovations as well. So like they pump background noise in behind our commentary, some match noise and stuff like that. And I'm telling you, anyone that's tried it has absolutely loved it. And there is serious investment behind this app. This isn't a fly-by-night thing. This app is going to be, in my opinion, the go-to within 12 months. And for us to get on there at the very start, this could be life-changing for myself. This could be life-changing for our channel. Could be life-changing for Connor. But we just need you guys to give it a try. So if you're coming to one of our watch-alongs, like you guys always do, we get between 50 and 70,000 people for our watch-alongs. If you're going to join us on Saturday, as an example, on here for a watch-along of the Watford game, why not download that Hot Mic app? Why not try the watch-along over on there? It's absolutely free to download. It's free to use. But it helps us massively, particularly from a financial basis. I'm not going to lie. It really does help us. So download that app on the App Store, the Google Play Store. It has to be a mobile device. So whether it's your tablet, your phone, whatever it is, download the app. It's going to ask you for a code. Put in the code Anfield Agenda. All capital letters, all one word. Bang. What have we got? United won Werner. Yes, Murphy won. We spoke about that one. Murphy Mo, excuse me. We spoke about that one earlier on, mate. They've been linked with him. Barcelona have been linked with him. And now Inter Milan are apparently interested in Werner if they sell Lautaro Martinez in the summer. But for me, mate, I think he's going to Liverpool. I really, really do. You'll be at 1,000 by the Atleti game, said Keegan Murphy. We'd love to do it by the end of the weekend, mate. I mean, it's the end of the month on Saturday. We're on 905 followers on Hot Mic now. When we get to 1,000, as I promised, we're going to give you guys, or one of you guys, a €50 Amazon gift card. Honest and humble to promote your competitors on the same platform. That's the thing about me, Ben. I don't have an agenda to bring anyone down or to belittle anybody. I love fan content. I am a fan of fan content. I love what Mark does. I love what Redman do. I love what the Anfield Rap does. I might not be his biggest fan as a person, but Terry has a really good following as well over on Football Terrace. Over on the Football Terrace. Excuse me, my mind went blank for a second there. But you know me. I'm not about hate. I'm not about stuff like that. I want everyone to succeed. And there is enough for everybody here. This is why I keep talking about it. So, yeah, Download that app. If you want to support the channel, you don't have to put your hand in your pocket, but it can be life-changing. It can be life-changing. Anyway, let's move on to Mohamed Salah, ladies and gentlemen, because I know that's what a lot of you people are coming in to figure out about as well. And it's no secret that he's been long looked at by Real Madrid, but apparently they're starting to ratchet up that interest in Mohamed Salah, and Real Madrid are looking at him as a cheaper alternative to Kylian Mbappe. But the really funny part here is reports seem to suggest that they think that they could sign Mohamed Salah for around about £126 million. No, not a chance in hell that they're going to sign him for 150 or 26 million. For me, and I'm not saying we're selling him, but if you are ever going to sell Mohamed Salah, the number starts, the conversation starts at 150 upwards. For me, that's just my opinion. But I believe, and from what I've read, Liverpool have no intention of selling Mohamed Salah or any of our front three players this summer, or any of the players that they want to keep at the club this summer. But I've always been honest about this, and my gut reaction is that maybe next year, I think we may lose Mohamed Salah. That is my gut reaction, and it's not based on anything other than instinct, perhaps. And I can see it maybe going somewhere like a Madrid down the line, but I can't see it happening this summer. I just can't see it happening. The club are in too good of a place right now. The financial accounts were released today as well, and we'll talk about that a little bit later on. Fair to say that Liverpool are doing pretty fucking well from a financial standpoint. So for me, it doesn't make any sense that we sell Mohamed Salah. Makes no sense whatsoever. But what do you guys think? I mean, I've always been honest about my opinions about this. I think of the front three, if we were to lose one of them at any point, Mohamed Salah would probably be the one that I'd be more open to selling. But I don't think it's going to happen this summer. I really don't. But for me, maybe this is the groundwork being laid for a move a little bit down the line. I don't know. Maybe this is just media hype. This is why I want to get your opinion on it. Chazzer said Salah can go. Salah will go anyway, said Murphy Mo. Why would anyone want to leave us? Sometimes, Harvey, it's important to remember. Let's use the examples of Felipe Coutinho and Luis Suarez. Barcelona for them, or Real Madrid at that moment in time. That might be their end goal. That might be the clubs that they watched growing up, particularly in South America and stuff like that. And I don't know what Mohamed Salah's life was growing up. I don't know. Maybe Mohamed Salah has a soft spot for Real Madrid. Maybe he looks at his career and he said, I've played for Chelsea, I've played for Basel, Fiorentina, Roma, Liverpool. Maybe I fancy a little spell in Spain. I don't know. I really don't know. I've no idea. But of the front three, for me, if we had to lose one, it would be Mo Salah for me that I'd be most comfortable losing. But I still don't think the club are going to do it this summer. I still don't think we will. We don't need to. Unless, of course, Mo has a chat with the manager and makes it very clear that he wants to move on. But why would he? He's doing really well here. He's won 2 Golden Boots here, a Champions League here. He's about to win a Premier League title here. Won a World Club Cup here, a Super Cup here. He's adored by the fans. He's got everything that he needs here. But, you know, things move quickly in football, and he's 27, I think, at the moment, 28 next year. I don't know, maybe the club look, and sometimes you've got to look at these things with no sentiment attached. I mean, football is a fucking ruthless business, and as much as I don't want to give him any credit, Ferguson was a master at moving players on right at the right moment. And again, I want to get your take on it, so let me read out some more of your comments. Barry Aiken said, I don't want to sell, but if we did sell him, would mean getting Mbappe and Werner in the summer. I don't think it would mean getting Mbappe. Barry, personally, again, I'd love him. Kylian Mbappe is without a doubt the one player on this planet that I would like at Liverpool. But I do think Timo Werner is the player that's absolutely tailor-made for what we do. Did you watch the Celtic match? I had it on. I was watching the BT Goals show, actually, so I was seeing the goals as they went in. Callum Crayston, so sorry, mate, for messing up your name there. And thank you for the super chat, mate. Very kind of you. Said, have you heard about Alan Pardew and the Eredivisie? Yes, I did. I read about it earlier on, actually, Callum. Love you, mate. I'd also like to see Sergio Reguilon from Sevilla. Is that how you pronounce his name? On a free. Interesting. I will look up on that one. But on the Eredivisie thing with Alan Pardew, for people that don't know what Callum is talking about, Alan Pardew was confronted on the training ground by some fans from whatever the club is that, I can't remember what club that he manages in the Eredivisie, but I know that he was confronted by 10 fans, I think, on the training ground, and apparently it was all pretty okay, if I can say that. I mean, there was no intimidation or anything involved. It looked like, from what I'd read, that they had a chat and everything was fairly calm, but I mean, this whole thing, like, we've seen it at Everton recently. They showed up at fucking Finch Farm. Only for those clowns were too stupid to realise that the first team weren't in training that day. So, wasted journey pretty much. But it seems like this seems to be the norm now. Fans think that they can just rock up the training ground and demand to talk to players and managers. Nah, this shit's got to be nipped in the bud. I mean, I don't like Alan Pardew. I think he's a gobshite. I really do. But nobody should be subjected to that one. Absolutely nobody. But yeah, it was interesting, Callum, and I did certainly read up about it earlier on. Have you got Discord? Yes, Connor. We have Discord for members of our Anfield Agenda Ultras, buddy. They're the ones that they get an automatic invite to our Discord group when they sign up to become a member. But the good news is that we're thinking of opening that up to all members and giving our Ultra members something else in return. But if you do want to sign up, by the way, and become a member so you can see people there with the Anfield Agenda logo beside their name or using cool little emojis, they're members of the channel. You can join up by signing, hitting that join button that's up in the corner somewhere up there, I think maybe. What have you got? How do you send a donation? I want to send you £15 because you're truly amazing. Oh, Donna, that's so kind. Look, what I can explain to you how to do it, Donna, that's no problem. But again, I don't want people to be putting themselves out or putting their hand in their pocket or anything like that. But if you do want to, mate, thank you very much. There is a little $sign underneath where you type in. So when you write your comment, there should be a little picture of a $sign. If you click on that, it'll talk you through how to sign up. But that's so kind of you, Donna. Love Larucci, rate him highly, and I wouldn't mind him as our backup quality young player, said PJ lad. We need to keep our front three, then add. I'm with you. Train for tomorrow. Train to tomorrow, excuse me. I'm absolutely with you on that one, mate. Ella, my friend, how are you? Said Craig, did you hear there's going to be a shortage of Diet Coke in Ireland? Don't. Don't be saying that to me, Ella. Don't be doing that to me. I mean, I get emotional as it is, mate, but don't be taking me Diet Coke away. Thankfully, Ella, as you can probably guess, I have a fair old stock of Diet Coke here in the gaff as it is. Better still, who wants to join you? I don't know what that means, Murphy Mo. You mean join here, join us, join me and me gaff, doors open if you want to come in for a cup of tea. Arsenal is better than United. Yeah, fair enough. They're both shy, so that's okay. I mean, if you want to argue about which one of the B-Tech clubs is better, so be it. Who do you think we will sign? Or, sorry, why do you think we'll sign Werner? Because United and Barcelona have made approaches. One, he openly talked about the fact that he loves Jurgen Klopp and that Liverpool Football Club is the best club in the world, mate. You don't come out talking about that unless there's something happening behind the scenes. Also, as we know, we've been linked with Timo Werner now for about 18 months, maybe a little bit longer. I think, and it's just my opinion, mate, I think that it's all done behind the scenes and he wants to come here. People will say to me he's a United fan. I've heard people throw that one at me, but in this day and age, it's all about their careers, mate. And he knows if he comes to Liverpool, yeah, he's going to have to bide his time, and yes, he might have to wait a little bit of time to get a chance. With that front three being what it is, but I think he'll back himself. He's 23 years of age, German international, banging in a shit ton of goals this season. And look, he will look at Liverpool and know that it's the right place. He will know that there's a manager there who will bring him through, who he can trust. Can he go? Look, let's look at it this way. If he goes to Manchester United, or he looks like going to Barcelona, can he guarantee that those managers will be there in 12 months? Can he guarantee that he can place his trust of his development in those managers and know that they will be there in 12 or 18 months? He probably can't, you know. He probably can't. You look at the change of managers in Barcelona and at Manchester United in recent years, whereas Liverpool right now, they know that Jurgen Klopp's here to 2024. Jurgen Klopp has signed a contract extension. They know that they're going to be developed and coached by himself, Pep Linders, and an amazing group. They know that they're going to be joining a fantastic football club that is just about to win the Premier League and that's going places. So the appeal of Liverpool right now is probably as big as any other club in the world. I'm not saying we're as big a club. There's no denying that Manchester United, Real Madrid, Barcelona, they're behemoths of football clubs, but they're all struggling there or thereabouts at the minute, whereas Liverpool is right at the peak, right at the pinnacle of world football. Do you think Salah will leave to go to Real Madrid? Not this summer, but yes, Luke. I do think he might leave to go to Real Madrid or somewhere, but not this summer. I think it might be next summer. But that's just my gut opinion, mate. That is not based on anything whatsoever other than me just kind of reading between the lines and trying to have a guess. But I still don't think we'll sell him this summer. Not unless one, he looks for a move, and two, some fucking astronomical money gets put on the table. None of this 126 million that's been mentioned, that won't buy Mohamed Salah. Not when we've sold Felipe Coutinho for 140 odd million. Mo Salah, you're talking about somebody here who's back-to-back golden boots in the Premier League, scored a ridiculous amount of goals in his first season when he came in. Player who's lit up Europe, a player who's won a Champions League, a player who is an absolute idol around the world, idolised by the entire continent of Africa, obviously by his home country of Egypt, and is, I don't talk about religion, but he is a wonderful ambassador for Muslims all around the world as well, and we can't forget about that. The guy has a massive following, so it's understandable why clubs would be attracted to Salah for varying reasons, some of them even more so than just his football. Ben Foley, mate, welcome to Anfield Agenda FC, newest member to the channel. Thank you so much, my friend. Enjoy the cool new emojis. Boy, I said I'm not laughing at Celtic, I promise. I was wondering where you were going with that, and then I remembered. Rodgers, duh. Silly me. I'll get to Carrius Radio Can, I promise you, mate. Or Kean, Radio, what do I say Can? Radio Kean. I do have some stuff on Carrius to talk about, mate, I promise you, but we've loads of time. Right, Craig, Sergio Reguilon, is a left back whose contract runs out in the summer. He'd be a great young Spanish bit of competition for Robbo. I hope we also get Ake and Max Aarons and Timo Werner. Also, another left back that we've spoken about before, mate, that's worth keeping an eye on is Saka at Arsenal. I think he's 18 months, Saka at Arsenal. I think he's 18 months left on his current deal, and Arsenal are looking to tie him down to a new one, but, you know, maybe he's going to explore his possibilities as well. A little bit of news on Harvey Elliott, by the way. Let me just get my phone out for this one because I want to read it out word for word so I don't get it wrong. Right, so Douglas, thank you for the heads up on this, mate. Douglas said it to me earlier on. So Paul Joyce tweeted that Liverpool's Harvey Elliott is to sign a new 3-year contract in the summer. He turns 17 in April, but will sign after the end of the season, so the deal will run to 2023. Liverpool have been very impressed by Harvey Elliott since he joined the club, and he turns 17 in April, so 17 nearly next month, just a little bit past next month. But as Paul Joyce said, and if Paul Joyce said it, you can be pretty damn confident that it's fact. So it looks like Harvey Elliott will sign a new long-term 3-year deal at the end of the season to keep him at the football club, probably improve the terms that he's currently on. And that's great news because he is one hell of a prospect, and I'm really looking forward to watching that young man's career develop. Werner is less of a playmaker than Firmino, but he's more of a goal scorer perhaps, mate, than Firmino. So maybe he will give us another string to our bow in our attack. Akraf Hakimi could be a good move, said Harry 4Agent 47. You look very nice in the LA shirt. When did I get it? About 18 months ago? Not last October. It was the October before, I think, when I was in Orlando. Didn't get it in the last trip. Yeah, I think it was about 18 months ago, Lewis. I've got a few MLS shirts. I've got the I've got this one. I've got the Orlando shirt, obviously. I've got the Timber, what are they called? The fucking Timber, well, whatever the fuck they're called. I've got what's the other couple of shirts that I have? I'm going blank now. I have I've got a few shirts, just can't remember what they are. The Portland Timber, yeah, Portland Timbers, them. I've got that shirt, and what is the other one I have? I've got an away shirt for somebody. I can't remember who it is. Somebody who was in trouble a while ago, who they were thinking of moving the football club. I can't remember which one it is. Oh, this is going to do my head in now. This is going to really wreck my head. The Columbus Crew. That's what it is. I've got the Columbus Crew shirt. I've got an Atlanta shirt as well, yes. But there you go. Right, what have we got? Seattle Sounders. No, Connor has a Seattle Sounders shirt, actually. Right, Jamie Carragher reckons we underappreciate Salah. I'd seen that the other night, Alan, and we spoke about it on the stream, buddy. It baffled me a little bit as well. Because any Liverpool fan that I know holds Mohamed Salah in the highest of regard, myself included. So, I had to say I very rarely disagree with Jamie Carragher, but I did disagree with him on that one because I think we all idolise Mohamed Salah and really appreciate him at the football club. Train to tomorrow said we need a Werner quality reinforcement. Embro said Harvey Elliott is a definite LFC first team player of the future. He knows it, we all know it. He's got time on his side. Do you think Pepe joins Liverpool? Like as in Nicolas Pepe, the guy that's gone to Arsenal? No, not a chance. Matt Murphy Mo said Werner to United. Yeah, that's not going to happen. Why would he go to United? Honestly, seriously, as I said earlier on, mate, United, Barcelona, two clubs that have been linked with him, both of them aren't known for keeping the managers. And if I'm Timo Werner and I'm trying to plot out my career working under Jurgen Klopp at a stable football club like Liverpool that is definitely going to be playing in the Champions League year after year, is far more appealing than going to a United. If I'm being honest, like, what do you keep saying, sir, score please? I don't know what are you asking me for? Avi, I'm not sure what score, mate. 7-3. There's a score if we're just throwing out random scores. None of us underappreciate Salah. He's been on the sky sauce, said Maverick. Why is everybody talking about breaking up the squad? What if Salah wants to finish his career at Liverpool? Absolutely, Sam. That could 100% be the case, mate. But look, football, this shit happens, doesn't it? Players do move on eventually. But as I've got to keep reiterating, I don't see any way that Mohamed Salah leaves Liverpool this summer. I just don't see it happening. Prediction for the game. Right, no problem. Let me go through that as well. Remind me to go back to the Carriers news, by the way, because I have to get to that as well. But, yeah, let me just get my image up. Right, I'm going to change it now. 3, 2, 1. There you go. There's my predictions for the game on Saturday. I've gone for a 2-0 win for the Reds. And the 11 that I've gone with is Alisson, Trent, Gomez, Van Dijk, Robertson, Fabinho, Gini Wijnaldum, Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain, Mane, Salah and Firmino. That's the 11 I think should have started the last game, and that's the 11 that I hope starts this game. Obviously, there's going to be shouts for Naby Keita. I can understand those. There's going to be shouts for Takumi Minamino. Again, I can understand those. But for me, I think Klopp wants to get the league wrapped up. I think he wants to get the points needed as quickly as possible. And then maybe we'll start to see more rotation. Then maybe we'll start to see other players give him more of a chance. But I don't see too many changes. I just think Klopp has been keeping it pretty tight. He has been pretty consistent in his decision making with regard to the starting 11. And for me, as I said, this is the 11 that I hope take the field. And I was going to go with a 3-1, but I think 2-0 to the Reds. And I'm always a little bit nervous playing against a Nigel Pearson team because they usually do fight well for their manager. And look, Watford are fighting for their lives right now. We should beat them. On paper, as I keep saying week after week, we have a better 11, but these games aren't played on paper. It's going to be absolutely rocking. 5:30 kickoff on Saturday. I'm looking forward to it. If we win this one, then it's 3 to go. And we're starting to tick off those games one by one as the Reds move closer to that first top tier title in 30 years, the first Premier League title. And I'm just counting down the days, ladies and gents. I'm not going to lie. Liverpool FC is going for 3-1. Still think we should save, or what's this? We should save up for a Mkhitaryan quality swap. Why? Mkhitaryan's been average, mate, since he left Dortmund. Kind of up and down at Arsenal, up and down at United, up and down at Roma right now. Scotty said his midfield versus Chelsea is Jones, Milner, Keita. Look, of course, we'll be covering the Chelsea game as well, buddy, but we'll do the preview now for the Watford game first. But just a heads up as well, I'm going to be taking tomorrow off, so there won't be a stream tomorrow, which is why we're doing the preview stream tonight. And I won't be streaming on Sunday either because it's my anniversary. And yeah, I'm going to have to take the night off, obviously, because I want to spend it with my wife. Who do you think will score for us? I have no idea, mate. Honestly, I've got no idea. I'm just completely guessing. Pick anyone. I don't really mind who scores for us as long as we get to 3 points. Has anybody any information on the new Laporte injury? No, I'd be lying. I did see that he might be out for a little bit, although I couldn't tell you how long. Man like Allison said, don't think we will concede. They're going to be on a mission not to, mate. I mean, we've conceded 2 goals from corners recently, and I know that that'll be annoying the hell out of that back 5, so they're going to want to keep it tight, no doubt about it, but anything can happen in football, buddy. I hope we get the job done. I just hope we get the 3 points and we can move another step closer to winning the league, because at this point, that's all we're waiting for, is just to get over the line. And then for me, we can start talking about maybe unbeaten seasons. We can start talking about breaking 100 points. We can start talking about all the sexy stuff that comes after securing the league title. Casper said happy anniversary. Thank you. Appreciate that. If you want to get me an anniversary present, ladies and gentlemen, download that Hot Mic app, put in the code Anfield Agenda, and that'll be the best happy anniversary gift that you could possibly give us, and it won't cost you a cent. Liverpool can lift trophies at Everton, or can win the league at Everton. Yeah, but I don't want that to happen. I don't want it to happen, mate, because I want it to happen at Anfield. I want Liverpool fans to be able to celebrate together. I want the players to be able to look up into the stands and have their family there. And I want the people that have gone to the match week in, week out for all those years to be able to celebrate that league title being won at Anfield. It would just seem more fitting to me. But I can absolutely understand why people want to go to Everton and win it at the Bitters ground. But I'd rather do it at home. Just my opinion. What else have we got? Prediction 2-0 Liverpool, Firmino and Mane, said David Jones. Thank you for that one, David. Hope you have a great anniversary. Thank you, Lewis. Really kind of you, buddy. We are together, we're together 20 years this year, but we're married 13 years? Yeah, 13 years. Jesus, time flies by. Liverpool transfer prediction. Joe Gomez will go out on loan to Borussia Mönchengladbach. Are you smoking the crack, Donna? And we'll sell Jadon and Shaqiri and Chamberlain, sign Rakitic, Thiago from Bayern and Werner. Okay, firstly, no. Secondly, Rakitic is horrendous. Thiago's bang average, and Chamberlain isn't going anywhere, Donna. So I would say that none of those will come true. I'd a guess. But stranger things have happened, but I would say no. Mohamed Salah, 89 goals in all competitions for Liverpool since signing, and lads go nowhere for less than 200 mil, reckons Philip Malone. Limo, thank you very much, mate. Appreciate that. James Milner still injured. I think so, Cameron. I think so. I want us to win the league at Anfield, said Scotty. Craig, Liverpool versus Palace, we can win the title. Yeah, that would be nice. Be nice. I just want them to do it at home, mate. I don't know why. I mean, people talk about winning it at the Etihad. People talking about winning it at Goodison. I can understand the calls for that, but surely it would be nicer to do it at home. Marco Parco, that's a hell of a name, said, love to see Alphonso Davies in Liverpool. Did you put that in earlier on, or did somebody else mention that name earlier on? Because I've definitely seen the name Alphonso Davies. So he's the young Canadian that plays on the left-hand side for Leverkusen. Am I right there, Marco? I think he is, well, I say Canadian, I know that I think he emigrated to Canada from Africa with his family when he was a kid. I think. And then broke through in the MLS, if my memory serves me correct, and now plays for Leverkusen on that left-hand side. And yeah, I've heard a lot of people speaking very highly about this kid. Apparently his pace is beyond ridiculous. I think that's the player anyway, if my memory's correct. Do you think we should have signed Ndombele? No. I don't like his attitude. When I watch Ndombele play, there's no doubt the guy is tremendously gifted, but he seems a little bit sulky for me, and I don't like his attitude. Donna said I'm 11 and don't smoke. I was joking, Donna. Don't mind. I was just kind of making it a light of the comments that you made about which players. And good, don't smoke, and you're 11. So look after yourself. And yeah, thank you for watching. What else have we got? Matip looked upset and almost collided with Klopp after his 1 minute at the end of the last match. Yeah, look, you can understand it, but at the same time, you can also say that Gomez has come in, played really, really well, and deserves to keep that shirt, just like Joe Matip did when he got given the opportunity last season when Gomez was injured. Matip came in, put together an unbelievable run of games, formed a great partnership with Van Dijk. But I'm a great believer in if you're playing well, you keep the shirt, and Joe Gomez deserves that shirt. Arsenal have scored, said Big Man Steve. Nice one. Aubameyang with a bicycle kick. Madness. What else we got? How can people put Ndombele in the Xavi and Iniesta realm? I've no idea, mate. I mean, I think Ndombele is a good player, but I don't get the hype. I mean, what has he done at Spurs since he's gone there? Realistically, like, what has he really done? He's had a couple of fallouts as well, if my memory serves me correct. Or maybe, yeah, I'm sure he had a fallout over something, if my memory serves me correct. Do you think Liverpool should buy a new player? Yes, Franklin. Werner, as we were speaking about, mate. And after that, I suppose we'll have to wait and see. I mean, Lallana will probably move on. Shaqiri will probably move on. Klein will probably move on. Obviously, Lallana and Klein's contracts are up. Dejan Lovren, probably. Actually, Karius, I did say I wanted to talk about the goalkeeper situation, didn't I? So there's a couple of things that have come out that suggested maybe Adrian might go back to Betis. But even if he doesn't, there are reports, conflicting reports coming out around Loris Karius. So as you know, He's on a 2-year loan with an option to buy at Besiktas right now. But in recent months, it's kind of gone to and fro with Besiktas. And right now, from what I've read, he's been told by Liverpool that he's free to find a new club in the summer. Besiktas look likely not to exercise that option to buy in the deal and haven't any intention of including him in their first team squad for next season. Liverpool, I mean, have no intention of including Karius in our squad for next season. But I read something tonight that apparently Karius is pleading with Liverpool to allow him to sign for Besiktas on a free contract. Now, I don't get this. Liverpool have done very well by Loris Karius, in my opinion. They tried to protect him after the Champions League final. They allowed him that move to try and rebuild his career when Mignolet was probably told that he could have a move and he had to stay an extra season while Karius went out. Now Mignolet's moved on obviously to Bruges. I don't understand the appeal by Karius to allow Liverpool to let him go for free. Why the fuck should they do that? I think Liverpool have treated Loris Karius really, really well. And look, if he moves on, fair enough, no problem with it. But I don't think he should be looking for the club to just release him because Besiktas don't want to pay for him. That doesn't make sense to me. I mean, I don't know. We spoke earlier on about football being a cruel business and football being cutthroat. And for me, Liverpool have every right to look for a fee for Loris Karius. They have every right. If Besiktas don't want to sign him, fair enough. Sell him somewhere else. Of course, the player has to be happy with a move. The player has to, whether he wants to go back to Germany or whatever it is. But to ask for Liverpool to just cancel his contract and allow him go on a free, that just seems a bit off the wall to me. Some club in Germany will sell a keeper and probably buy him as a replacement. There's no doubt, Brian, he would easily get a move to Germany, mate. Easily. Keegan said, agreed, done heaps by him. Yeah. I agree. I don't know. We've always known that it's not going to work out with Liverpool. I mean, you could see that when he came back for pre-season after that Champions League final against Real Madrid. You could see he just wasn't there. He's just too nervous and it was just not going to work out. So the club tried to protect him and his career by giving him a 2-year loan to Besiktas to try and rebuild himself. If it hasn't worked out from there and Besiktas don't want to buy him, then don't really see how that's Liverpool's problem. That's just my opinion on it. Offer him back to Mainz, said Eclipse Fusion. It's not Liverpool's fault. Karius' hands are faulty. I've heard loads of different reports, Tom, from people, even in Besiktas. At first, the fans were right behind him. Then he was booed a little bit, and people were saying you need to spend less time on Instagram and more time concentrating on football. And look, for me, I just want this chapter closed. I want him to go on, have a career wherever the hell he goes, and I wish him the best. But I just want this problem, and I do see it as a bit of a headache now for Liverpool, to just go away. Just go away. Brian said, yeah, no way, fuck that shit. There's no way he's going for nothing. We're not a charity. What have we got? We should get our money for Karius. Yeah, I mean, what do we pay from? 4.5 million, Casper, I think, something along those lines. Heller Matthews said, if Karius leaves for free, he'll get a massive payout. Exactly. Why should Liverpool basically, as Brian said, be a charity in this situation? I think the move that they gave him to Besiktas was a 2 million loan fee, something like that, with an option to buy. I think that was pretty gracious of the club, if I'm being honest. Is Mignolet on loan or transferred? He's gone. He's signed full time. He's a Bruges player now. So Mignolet won't be coming back. And Queevy and Kelleher, from everything that I've read, will most likely go out on loan next season. Corey's gone for a 3-0 prediction for the game against Watford, and as you can see, I've gone for 2-0. And again, I'd love your thoughts on the starting 11, ladies and gentlemen. Have you anything to add, any changes to make? Olympiacos just levelled, somebody said. Is that true? Oh, Arsenal going out of the Europa League. Oh, but hang on, I'm not now. Things could change, but isn't Mikel Arteta supposed to be the next big thing? I mean, he cleans Pep Guardiola's boots, so that means that he is Guardiola. Surely? No? But Arsenal fans said he worked on the Guardiola. He's the next Messiah. He's not a Messiah. He's a very naughty boy. Stick to what he's good at, said Stephen Booker. How long's Brewster's contract? He extended it, I believe, before he went on loan. The second coming of Pep, exactly. They don't have to get a little bit carried away with themselves. Honestly, these type of things make me laugh. if I'm an Arsenal fan and I'd seen that we'd appointed a manager with no experience in the situation that they were in, whether he's a former player or not, nah. For me, that would sound alarm bells. Same, at least Solskjaer had some experience at United, but or going to United. Not fucking great now, moulded in Cardiff, but at least he had some experience. Arteta has been a number two, and for me it was a massive risk for Arsenal. I just, yeah, let's just wait and see how it plays out. Opinions on Brewster, I think he's amazing. I think he's absolutely amazing. I hope he continues to develop at Swansea. Be interesting to see if he gets another loan next season, buddy, or if we bring him back into the fold. If he does get a loan, I think it has to be to a Premier League club. Olympiacos scored in the 120th minute. That's gotta hurt. That has gotta hurt. When do you think Neco and Curtis will break into the first team? So Neco Williams looks like he's going to sign a new deal. Lewis, by the way. A new improved deal, and rightly so, one that's thoroughly deserved. Curtis Jones is, I think, when Lallana moves on, I think it's natural that Curtis Jones will probably take that Lallana spot. And he's earned it. His performances have been absolutely fantastic. He's never let himself down when he's been given a chance. And look, everybody knows what a talent Curtis Jones is, so I don't think it'll be too long until he's really fighting for a place in that first team squad week in and week out. And I say squad because it's very hard to get into the starting 11. And the good thing about having as many bodies as we have and the options that we have is that that competition increases people's performance. And you know, if you're in there, you've got to perform, or there's somebody there snapping at your heels who wants to take that shirt off you. And Curtis Jones is one of those players snapping at people's heels who wants to take that opportunity, and I'm sure that he will. He's a baller. He's an absolute baller of a player. Yeah, again, massive future for Curtis Jones. I want to see Kay to get at least 20 minutes against Watford. He needs some more game time. Said Oksana. Possibly get a run out against Chelsea in the FA Cup as well. What else have we got? Should Liverpool buy a new fullback? We covered that a little bit earlier, Dylan, mate. I'm kind of conflicted on it because of course we have Adam Lewis and Larouci, but then again, you know, we have been linked to left back, so I got timed out. What did I do? It wasn't me that timed you out, PJ. Sorry, mate. I've no idea what it was. One of the mods would have probably done it, but I've no idea if it was an accident or what it was for, mate. Sorry. Right, look, ladies and gentlemen, a few more things to get through tonight before we finish up. And again, just a reminder that we won't be streaming tomorrow. It'll be Saturday, we'll be back. And Saturday, we're going to start at 5 o'clock. Our watch along will be on YouTube as normal, but it will be also simulcasted or simulcasted over on Hot Mic as well. So again, one favour I ask everyone, please do download that Hot Mic app. There's a link in the description below. Put in the code Anfield Agenda. I'm going to do a check now to see if we've gained any new followers on there since we started the stream. As you guys know, we're closing in on 1,000 followers on there. And what are we? We are... we're closing in on Redmen as well. We're like 44 followers away from going past Redmen TV on there. So if you guys have a second, download that app, put in the code Anfield Agenda and give us a follow on Hot Mic. It's free to download, free to use. And again, there is a video on the Hot Mic website if you want a better explanation as to what exactly the app does. You on Hot Mic for Leicester versus Norwich? No, not doing anything tomorrow, Scotty. As I said, taking the day off. Salah will only go to Madrid when Ramos retires. Well, Ramos is finished anyway. He's absolute horseshit at this moment. Like red card as well, which means he isn't available for the game against Manchester City in the second leg, which they're already under a whole world of pain, and it's good to see. Well, not really particularly fond of Man City going through, but I don't like Real Madrid. Feel bad for Arsenal, said Franklin. I don't. Arsenal's fans deserve that, to be honest with you. I mean, they're a moany, whiny little bunch, aren't they, a lot of the time? There's a reason why AFTV has developed and become as big as it has, is because people tune in to watch the meltdown when Arsenal fans lose their shit, when their B-Tech football club continues to be B-Tech, and they like to big themselves up and they like to belittle our players. They've done that many times. They tried to say that Holding was better than fucking Gomez, and similar things like that. I think it was Gomez. But yeah, they don't have talk a load of nonsense. I don't mean the channel, I mean their fans as a group. So many Arsenal players are actually crying on the field. That's their level. They're in the Europa League. They can't get past Olympiacos. No sympathy. What have we got? Arsenal are out. That's what we love to hear. Fair. They got what they deserve. Celtic out as well, to be fair, and they should have went through quite easily. Both of them were battering both teams. Should have put the game to bed a lot earlier, and they suffered for it. It is what it is. Arsenal look like they are very, very unlikely to qualify for Europe next season unless they put together an unbelievable run in the league. What have we got? Arcadian Lennon said Keita is better suited to European games. We should sell Keita, makes too many mistakes. I don't think so, Sean, not yet. I still think that there is a player in him. And as Liverpool fans, I think we've written players off too early before, and we need to learn some lessons from that. But I only understand why people are critiquing him, by the way. I get it. I'm not having a go at you for that. I was very harsh on him for his last performance, and I've been one of his biggest backers, but there is no doubt that he needs to continue to improve, without a doubt. How's Cash Boyle doing? I haven't spoken to her in a while, Casper. I think she started a new job, so she's probably really busy, but as always, I've nothing but love for Cash and wish her the best. Reactor Sincere said Salah to Madrid, never. Should Liverpool target a number 10 in the summer? It's a good question, Casper. Well, let me put it to you guys. What do you think? Should we target a number 10, or is maybe Curtis Jones going to fit into that position? Will we see Bobby Firmino drop back a little bit perhaps? Will we get more creativity from Naby Keita, who has the potential to be that player, by the way? I call him an 8.5 almost with Naby Keita, because he is very good on the front foot. He is very good in and around the attacking areas, and is a little bit different to Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain and what he brings to our attack from midfield. So I don't know, maybe we have that player at the club, but I can absolutely understand it. Like, if you said to me, Craig, would you take Kevin De Bruyne right now and drop him into that position? You bet your ass I would. Absolutely, he'd be fantastic. But I think it would have to be a player of that ilk, of that calibre, someone who we don't even debate about. And I haven't seen any links to somebody like that yet. Mark Mighty Red said, Craig Willian of Chelsea to Liverpool. I've always admired him as a footballer. I've got to be honest, Mark. He is a very hard working footballer, but he's too old at this moment in time. What is he, 32, 33, something like that? Yeah, not for me, but I do admire him as a footballer. I think 2-3 years ago I would have loved him at Liverpool because his attitude is right. I like the way he goes about playing. His work rate is class as well. Philip Malone said Curtis Jones has to be given a go. I've no doubt we'll see him in the FA Cup. I'd be amazed if Curtis Jones doesn't get a start away at Chelsea in the FA Cup. Liverpool's number 1 said, it's amazing to be in the middle of this great journey for the channel. Thank you. And we've so much more stuff coming up, mate, honestly. To be, what are we at, 35.6k is amazing, but we've a lot more stuff coming up and a lot more stuff in the pipeline. We're just trying to grind it all out day by day, game by game, week by week. And look, ladies and gents, if you are enjoying the stream and you haven't yet subscribed, please do hit that subscribe button and give us a thumbs up as well. Well, the most important thing to take from this stream is the Hot Mic app. Download that app. We only have 2 more days till the end of the month. So, well, today and then 2 more days or so till the end of the month. So download that app, put in the code, bang, you know what to do. What else we got? Let me just look through my notes. Oh yes, the profit. So I was talking about Liverpool today announced a pre-tax profit of £42 million with an increase in turnover of £78 million, bringing the total annual turnover for Liverpool Football Club to an astonishing £533 million. That pre-tax profit is even more impressive when you consider that this period of accounting includes Liverpool buying 223 million quid's worth of talent in Alisson, Fabinho, Keita and Shaqiri. So for us to have bought those players and still put in a pre-tax profit of £42 million tells you where this football club is going, and it tells you how well we're being run, and it tells you obviously how successful we're being as well, because revenue is ridiculous, like £533 million in one financial year with a pre-tax profit of 42 million. I think last year, if my memory serves me correct, we posted a profit of 100 million. I think we were the first Premier League club to post a profit of 100 million, if my memory serves me correct. PJ said never rated Willian that much, wouldn't pay over 10 million for him. I wouldn't even pay that for him right now, mate, because of his age. When will we see Minamino? I'm afraid he might leave early someday if he doesn't get a minute. Nah, he's not going anywhere, mate. We've seen this time and time again when Klopp signs a player. Look at Robertson as an example. Look at Chamberlain as an example. He likes to give them time to bed in, and then he starts introducing them bit by bit. And one thing that we'll say about any signing that Klopp has made that he has taken that time to introduce is they've gone on to be massive successes. And the 50 million on Kirby as well. There you go. Just goes to show, Brian. Or just goes to show you, Brian. The club has been run very well at the minute and is a really healthy state. Lewis said, keep up the great work, Craig. When I have a bad day, I watch you and it makes me happy. Thank you, buddy. When I have a bad day, I come on here and chat to you guys. The same. It makes me happy and it lifts my spirits. Every time I get off here, I feel a lot happier and a lot better than before I came on. I'm sorry, that is wrong. Liverpool recorded last year a profit of £125 million. Not to my recollection, mate, but I'm happy to be proved wrong. I'll do a little search of that right now. I'm fairly sure, if I remember correctly, it was 100 million. But Rabadan, thank you for the super chat, mate. Till I almost feel sorry for Arsenal. Well, not really. Okay, 1 second. Yeah, The Guardian says 125 million, mate, a pre-tax profit, eclipsing the 92.5 million made by Leicester. So there you go. I did a little search there, and yep, as you said, mate, The Guardian posted 125 million, but either way, over 100 million, which is pretty damn cool. First club to do it as well, as they said, eclipsing Manchester City's 92.5 million or something like that. William Bindasov for Chelsea shouldn't even be in the conversation. He isn't. Somebody just randomly mentioned them earlier on, Philip, and we had a little chat about him for a second. He's not really in the conversation. What's the story about Werner? What did I say about Timo Werner? Let me just look through. That Manchester United and Barcelona are apparently interested in him. Inter Milan have obviously registered an interest in him if they are to sell Lautaro Martinez. But it looks like he wants to come to Liverpool, mate. You've heard him talking about it, talking about Klopp, talking about the club. And I fully believe that there's work going on behind the scenes right now, and that transfer will be done. I totally expect him to be a Liverpool player. Let the United fans and all get ahead of themselves and work themselves into a tizzy, convincing themselves that they're signing him. I don't see it happening. I see him being a Liverpool player, but hey, that's just my opinion. What have you got? Werner seems to be the closest to Liverpool than any other transfer, said Reactor Sincere. 100% agree with you. Since we sold Coutinho, we've become the best team in the world. I wonder what it'd be like now if we still had him. I often think about that myself, Lewis, because obviously Van Dijk and Alisson was pretty much what we bought with that Coutinho money, and I was heartbroken. I was furious when we sold them, particularly because we didn't bring in a replacement. But hey, it just goes to show Klopp knows what he's doing. And it also goes to show that when other players were given the opportunity, they stepped up. They stepped up, took that slack, and we've progressed to a better team. United took 2 seasons to buy Bruno Fernandes, said Keegan Murphy. Yeah, 2 seasons, and they pretty much had a free run at them, bar a little bit of interest from Spurs. Dylan said, I really enjoy the Anfield Agenda community. The live streams are really great. Keep up the fantastic work. Thank you, buddy. But again, they're only good because of you guys and your support. Without you guys coming on, supporting the channel and coming in night after night with the comments, we wouldn't be jack shit. So again, thank you. Luca said, I want Fekir really talented. Yeah, I want the real story to come out about what happened around that transfer, mate. Someday, hopefully, we get the exact story of why that didn't happen. How much do you think Shaqiri will be sold for in the summer? I think the 30 million you've mentioned, Cameron, will probably be around about the number. Rabadan said, Arsenal were bloody awful and Olympiacos were tremendous in defence. I had a bet up and I had Edouard to score, I had Lukaku to score, I had 2 darts games, and I had Lacazette to score for Arsenal. And everything else came up, but I don't know if you've seen the fucking miss that Lacazette had from 2 yards out. A header that he should have volleyed. And yeah, again, 2 nights in a row now I've been done out by so close to winning a shit ton of money. Lacazette missed a sitter earlier on. I couldn't believe it when I was watching the TV. Craig, you regret not signing Nabil Fekir? No. How could we regret it, mate? We're walking away with the league. I don't think I would have loved him at the club cast, but yeah, don't get me wrong. I mean, at the time, I really wanted that transfer to happen, but look where we are now. Absolutely walking to a league title. Rory, I'm very good, thank you, my friend. How are you? Is it true there was something in Coutinho's contract that Barcelona will not sign a Liverpool player? There was apparently a clause, mate, that said if Barcelona came back in for any Liverpool player up until 2020, I think, they had to pay 100 million on top of the cost of any transfer. So it was basically a clause that was inserted to give them less incentive to come back near Liverpool for 2 or 3 seasons after the Coutinho transfer. But yeah, I believe that did exist. What have we got? Embro said accounts announced today is another big thumbs up to how FSG is running the club as well as our on-field success. Absolutely agree, and as I said, mate, we spoke about it earlier on. What have we got? Pre-tax profit of £42 million with an increased turnover of 78 million, bringing the total annual turnover to a record-breaking £533 million for Liverpool Football Club. Do you think Man City will be unbanned? Unfortunately, yes, I do, mate. I think that they have enough financial clout that they can afford to just drag this through every court. And I think, yeah, I do. Unfortunately, I do. I want to make something really clear, though. If Manchester City are innocent, absolutely no problem whatsoever. But you don't want them, if they're guilty, you don't want them to get off just because they can out financially muscle UEFA. That would be sickening. Now, if they're innocent, of course, you want any club that are innocent of any charges to be granted an innocent verdict. But the stuff that we've seen from Der Spiegel, the leaked emails, looks from the outside, from our very, very naive opinion, it looks like they're guilty. And it looks like that they blatantly flaunted the rules, and it looked like they even mocked UEFA at times and the investigation, and that they hid money and various other things. But look, hey, this is not my place to talk about. I just want FFP to be either proven to be possible or bullshit. Either way, this is the test case. This is the real test case for FFP. If City get away with it, they might as well take FFP and fuck it in the bin, because it's going to be unenforceable. If they get, again, it's up to the Court of Arbitration for Sport. They've appealed this decision of the 2-year ban to CAS, and CAS have sided and they have been lenient a lot of the times. But look, I'm not a lawyer, I'm not an accountant, I'm not a forensic accountant, but we'll just have to wait and see how this one pans out. It will be fast tracked, of course, because Manchester City will need to know by the end of the season whether they're going to be in Europe next season or not. But how awkward would it be for UEFA if Manchester City won the Champions League and faced a ban the next season, and they had to receive that trophy from UEFA officials? It'd be very strange, wouldn't it? It'd be really fucking strange. No Name said City will be found guilty. Well, they've already been found guilty, mate. This is just a matter of how their appeal goes. There's zero chance a club as small as them could do anything close to what they did without breaking the rules. Again, we'll have to wait and see how that one goes. Is Salah going to Madrid? No, I don't think so, mate, particularly not this summer. There's been rumours that Madrid have come in with are looking to come in with a £126 million bid for him as a cheaper alternative to Kylian Mbappe, but you won't buy Mohamed Salah for 126 million. No, not a chance. Particularly not this summer. I don't think he'll go anywhere this summer. Next summer, hey, you never know. But for me, this summer, Liverpool are going to keep their squad together. If they're instant, then why are they dragging Liverpool into this? I know it's the media. There's pretty much, from what I can gather, fuck all that they can do around the Liverpool hacking into their scouting system thing, because they received compensation from it. The FA have looked at it and they think that the matter's been dealt with, so I don't know. But I mean, I'm not condoning what Liverpool did or didn't do with regards to the hacking of the scouting system, by the way. If they wouldn't have coughed up the rumoured £500,000 if there wasn't something to it. In my opinion, you don't just hand over that type of money unless you know you're guilty. But the language for me being used around Manchester City officials has been interesting. First of all, it was more, this is a dodgy investigation that was always going to find us guilty, and that it was played out in the media, and now they're going for more of a no, we're completely innocent. And I think on Sky Sports they said earlier on that, again, I'm paraphrasing here, I think they said something along the lines of Guardiola has been shown evidence that he believes will prove Manchester City innocent. Again, we'll just have to wait and see. Oksana said Manchester City being guilty isn't really the case. We all know that they are. It's more UEFA prosecuting the case is fair or not, and City may find a loophole. From, again, I think SALAH speaking on Sky at one point said that when he spoke to a prominent sports lawyer, they believe City will get away with it because they've got deeper pockets than UEFA, which is heartbreaking for the sport if that's the case. Again, not because of City, just because like your governing body should be able to govern the game, and if they can't govern the game because of finances, that's ridiculous. Crosby's in the house. How are you, Connor? Craig, will you be going to the parade? No, Joe. It's ridiculously expensive, mate. And with my family holiday coming up and stuff, won't be going. We're going over in April. And we're going to be hopefully doing a meet-up at the end of the season for Anfield Agenda as well in Ireland somewhere. But no, unfortunately, won't be going to the parade. Manchester City are guilty. It's obvious to see, said Casper. Again, it's going to be an interesting case to look at. Let me just check if there's anything else before I finish up for the night. Gone through the predictions. I've done through all that stuff. Yeah, I think I've gone through everything that I wanted to go through. Again, just one last shout, ladies and gents. Don't forget, download that Hot Mic app. If you want to do one thing to help us out, download that app. Put in the code Anfield Agenda. We will be streaming the Watford versus Liverpool Watchalong on Hot Mic as well as on YouTube on Saturday, starting from 5 p.m. And I hope you can join us for that on either platform. But if you're going to watch us on YouTube, why not give Hot Mic a try? You're going to have the same audio experience. You're going to have me talking into the mic, but you're going to have it synced up to your television. No delay, no spoilers in the chat. And it's a nice little community that we're growing over there on Hot Mic as well. And I think in a year's time we'll all be using it. Dublin's finest. Hey, I was just laughing at Arsenal. I don't blame you. It's easy to do, mate, to laugh at Arsenal. Papa has put a link into the chat there if anybody wants to download Hot Mic, and there is a link in the stream description as well. Look, I don't know how many people are watching the stream right now. Let me check. So right now in the chat there's 441 people. If 90 of you guys just downloaded that app, and it only takes, go into your app store, 2 seconds, Hot Mic, download the app, put in the code Anfield Agenda, and then try it on Saturday for the watch-along. I'm sure most of you guys are going to be with us on Saturday for the watch-along against Watford anyway. So try Hot Mic and let me know what you think about it. What time's Liverpool game on Saturday? The game, Barry, kicks off at 5:30, mate. But we're going to be starting our watch-alongs from 5 o'clock. And we'll have a post-match show coming up on YouTube as well. What else we got? Just play FIFA and they'll do whatever you want. They're a corrupt lot, said Jordan Walsh. Keegan Murphy said, go on, you lazy buggers. Honestly, you guys have no idea the difference that you downloading that app can do for us. It can change our lives. It can put us into an office for next season. It can do so many things, and it's free for you guys to do. But most importantly, I think it's a better platform for you to enjoy our watch-alongs on. I genuinely do. What have we got? We need to get this Werner deal wrapped up ASAP, said Shay. I'm wondering, mate. I'm wondering if it's already done behind the scenes. When Werner comes out and speaks as openly as he did about his admiration for Klopp and Liverpool, I just can't see it not happening. I really can't. Look, I know we've had situations before with Conor Plienka and stuff where, you know, they've spoken about Liverpool and stuff. They've even been pictured with a Liverpool shirt at one point, I think. But this feels to me like it's done and dusted. It really does. Connor said, Hot Mic is designed perfectly for what we do. It is. When we were pitched the app, when we were shown the app, it was like somebody made it for us. It really was. Because we're one of the few channels that do play-by-play commentaries of football games. And that's what Hot Mic is for. It's to allow you to watch football games, NFL, wrestling, whatever it is that you're a fan of. There will be somebody on Hot Mic that are broadcasting those events from a fan's perspective. It's like social media for fans. That's what Hot Mic is, and it allows us as broadcasters to give you guys a different experience than you're getting on YouTube. What have we got? Yeah, Brian Morris, he said Connor's gone from hero to culture in a day. Yep, I seen his little sneaky little changing of the scrolling text, so I changed it back to be a bit more accurate, Brian. Hashtag give Sabrina back her living room, said Dave Sweeney. Yes, that's another thing. By downloading that Hot Mic app, you're giving my wife back her sitting room as well, because there's more chance of us getting into an office for next season. Score prediction for Saturday. Jack, I've gone for 2-0, buddy. 2-0 to the Reds. Embro, Craig just opened a cold can of Diet Coke to commiserate Arsenal and Celtic. Cold? Mate, it's freezing now. I'm still room temperature Diet Coke for me at the minute, buddy. Right, look, ladies and gentlemen, I think we'll call that there. And I will chat to you wonderful people on Saturday. Again, no stream tomorrow. Gonna take the day off. We'll be back on Saturday. We'll be doing a watch along of the game against Watford. And then we'll have a post-match show as well. One thing I'll leave you guys with is that one thing you can do for me. A little favour. If just a quarter of you guys watching now downloaded that app, open the App Store. Doesn't matter if it's Google Play, doesn't matter if it's an Apple phone. Download the app, put in the code, and yeah, you can make the world a better place. Every time you download that app, a fairy gets its wings or some other hippy-dippy nonsense like that. Whatever makes you download the app. Look, I'll talk to you wonderful people on Saturday. Enjoy your Friday. Thank you for tuning in, and hopefully the Reds the Reds can get their way to another 3 points. Then 3 games to go. It's getting close, ladies and gentlemen. I think we'll get there soon.